Good morning. I'm EZRAH and this is the Manila Times. The Regional Comprehensive Economic Partnership, or RCEP, is finally in effect in the Philippines. The RCEP agreement will bring down its tariffs for many imported goods between participating countries in the Southeast Asian nations, or ASEAN. Meanwhile, how is the local economy doing? Let's bring our focus to the business economy in the Philippines. Joining us is one of the trustees of the Cebu Chamber of Commerce and Industry, Chairman of Creatives Entertainment Council, Mario Panganiban, along with his sons, Paulo and Lawrence Panganiban, in charge of Cebu Advent Development Corporation and Chairman of Creative Entertainment Committee for Cebu Business Mobilization of 2023, respectively. Welcome to the Manila Times. Sir, tell us about the creative industry in Cebu.
Well, we have been pushing the industry for the past 4 years. And right now, we're happy to say that it has actually doubled in terms of business size. And there are more than 3 times the talents that are currently employed in the various sectors. Our creative entertainment industry covers the following: animation, game development, original content, film, music, theater, and we call it the influencers, no? The one who comes out in YouTube, TikTok. So we have a sector for that with Congressman Tof de Venecia, who authored the bill, the bill, or the Philippine Creative Industry Development Act. Okay, so this is the one that provides the framework for the whole industry and the corresponding incentives. So during our talk, we talk about targets. And when we talked about the targets, we said that we will contribute 5% of the national target, or in actual peso terms, 30 billion in 2030, which we rightfully deserve because the national target, which is about 600 billion, is only 1% of the global volume for the industry. So we said, okay, that will be our starting point. Then once we have put in everything together, we can we can accelerate it faster. So again, just to remember, the national target is only 1% of the global volume. We contribute 1.5% of the population. So I suppose that is doable. It's a matter of having the focus and the resources to be deployed in this industry. Now, as a Chamber of Commerce, our goal is to develop the industry. So we have a 7-point program that I will mention later.
Sir, what are the efforts of the Cebu Chamber of Commerce and Industry to promote the creative industry?
The creative entertainment industry is considered the fourth pillar among the 4 industries that are being pushed by the Chamber of Commerce. Okay, one is tourism, the other one is IT BPO, the third one is entrepreneurship, and the fourth is creative entertainment. So before there were 3, now it's the fourth. Now, in terms of promoting this, we have a platform that we use, which we call the Cebu Business Month. Actually, the Business Month is a misnomer because like last year, the programs for Cebu Business Month lasted for about 9 months. Now, for this year, the intention is to implement all the different programs on those 4 industries for the next 6 months. Now, other than the support of the Chamber of Commerce, we have actually established the Creative Industry Council. Okay, so as I mentioned earlier, we are covering 7 sectors. Now, to guide our actions in the development of the creative entertainment industry, I'd like to read the 7-point agenda that we have. Well, of course, the first one is the creation of the Creative Industry Council, which we have already established last week. And earlier, we had our first formal meeting with the different sectors. Now, among our agenda is second is the establishment of a creative entertainment industry district. So this is a 8-hectare property. 6 hectares is owned by the city, and 2 hectares is owned by a private corporation. So it was put together, and we're planning to develop this, that all the activities of creative entertainment industry will be focused there, so that we create an ecosystem to support the growth of the industry. The third one is we establish a mechanism where academia and industry can address gaps in the skills required. Actually, this is the talents. So we're talking with the different universities. We are all agreeing that the sectors will have an open system for collaboration. Then the fifth one is development of a competitive incentive package for the industry, a comprehensive and supportive intellectual property framework. The sixth one is the creation of a venture capital fund. And the seventh is the development of an industry-focused and market-specific promotions program.
That's
Yeah.
quite a plan, sir, ano? And you mentioned under the creative industry, entertainment industry is social media, which is a growing business by the day. So would you say the creative entertainment business in Cebu is a lucrative industry?
Well, it's getting there. No, we don't have the exact numbers. In our meeting this morning, we agreed that they will share their data in confidence, so that we can start our baseline. When we counted the number of employees, that was our basis for saying that they have practically doubled. But now there's a lot of collaborations and projects that is happening between animation and games, also in film, and also in original content, such that I think we're doing fine. No? Now the whole process is that we get all their data, and once we have their data, we can now really plot out growth targets towards the development of the industry.
Sir, of all the industries in Cebu, would you say the creative entertainment industry is among the most prominent businesses, or is it up and coming?
I'd say it's up and coming. It's also the smallest among the four. So we have a long way to go compared to tourism, compared to entrepreneurship, compared to IT BPO. In our case, our very rough estimate is that we have about 1,000 formally employed in the creative entertainment industry. This is very rough, no? However, what we cannot account is actually the freelancers, because there's a lot of freelancers, and that's what we wanted to count. And also direct their activities so that they can help in building the industry.
Sir, what are the primary products and services of Cebu?
Okay, you know very well that Cebu is a trading center. So the biggest actually is import-export. Then the next would be tourism. And however, tourism was affected by the pandemic. Then of course the next one is the IT BPO center, or rather the IT BPO industry. Then the last is us, creative entertainment. But in terms of looking at the future, We are anticipating that creative entertainment will accelerate, and probably in the next 7 years to come a little bit closer to IT BPO. And they're somewhat related, like in game development, the one who does the coding can actually be the people in IT BPO who are used in creating the codes or programs for computer apps. So there could be, well, actually now there are several um, companies on that sector who is planning to go into animation and into games.
With the release of Voltes 5 Philippines cinematic experience, there's a lot of animation, and the Department of Tourism just bared their extensive plan to boost Philippine tourism in the next 5 years. So it really is an up and coming industry. What do you think should the government do to support the creative entertainment industry?
One thing that would be really helpful would be giving better incentives for companies and projects that are going to be done in the Philippines.
However, our advantage is our creativity and uh, uniqueness. We can create a lot of original content.
So to continue on with what my brother mentioned earlier about the need for incentives, that's definitely something that we need to do because our Asian neighbors provide extremely generous incentives to investors and clients who go to their countries, such as Malaysia giving as much as a 30% cash rebate to anybody who spends in Malaysia to shoot a film or even hire their animators. But aside from these things, one thing that the government should do to help us is to also subsidize or finance trade missions going abroad. Because here's the simple reality of the situation, EZRAH, when it comes to this industry. The bigger money is abroad. If you want the big clients, if you want to actually make this your full-time job and your living, and you really want to profit from this greatly, the biggest potential really is from foreign projects or getting foreign investment. Projects like Voltes 5 were quite impressive, but to tell you the truth, they had foreign involvement. I mean, the original IP owner of Voltes 5 is Toei Corporation, the guys who do Kamen Rider and Dragon Ball, So there was a little foreign involvement in that, and I don't know if I'm supposed to say this or anything, but actually a lot of the animation done in Voltes 5 was actually outsourced to Vietnam. So that's a situation that we have. So a lot of people out there in the world, or even people locally, don't know that we have people who work for Marvel. The guy who illustrated the background for Star Wars was Cebuano in the 70s. So there's a lot that's not known here. So we should really drumbeat and promote aggressively what we have, and that should be done. Of course, there should be a local effort for everyone to know, and as well a foreign effort to connect with clients and also to get financing for original projects, because there's also a move locally to create our own original stories, and the bigger investment is abroad.
Is there any, would you like to invite everyone to any upcoming events in Cebu, or would you like to promote the creative entertainment industry in Cebu?
We will have some various press releases that will highlight some of the amazing personalities, companies, and talents that we have in Cebu. So to really let everybody be aware of what's happening here. So please take note of those press releases. You'll get to learn about all the amazing talents that are here in Cebu. Next, the next major event that we're going to have is the Sugpo Entertainment Expo. or the Cebu, SEE Cebu, which will be held on October as part of the Cebu Business Mobilization Project or Cebu Business Month or months. So we'll have that on October. Yeah, it's going to be a 3-day expo and conference that's going to have talks from industry experts from all over the Philippines and all over the globe. We're planning to invite some very big people from Japan. We have some impressive people in mind, although we're not at liberty to share this yet. And we are also going to be having exhibitions from the local and foreign industry. We will also have the BICON event on October 28th, which is the biggest influencer and creator convention in the Philippines.
Thank you so much, sir. Chairman of Creatives Entertainment Council of the Cebu Chamber of Commerce and Industry, Mario Panganiban, along with his sons, Paulo and Lawrence Panganiban, in charge of Cebu Advent Development Corporation and Chairman of Creative Entertainment Committee for Cebu Business Mobilization of 2023. Thank you so much for your time.